Hello, my stamping friends. This is Renee Novak at blessedbycards.com. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and I am here today for a Make It Monday tutorial. Today, we are going to create a super simple card. So if you're a beginner, you're going to absolutely love this. It's very simple, but yet it looks nice. On the inside, we're going to step it up just a little bit here on the bottom by using the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I will explain how to do that. And before we get started, let me just simply go through some of the supplies. You're going to need the Color and Contour Bundle, which will be available starting May the 4th. Then we're going to use some of the in colors. We're going to use the new in color Fresh Freesia. And I stamped Gorgeous Grape on the outline. Those kind of complemented each other. The Fresh Freesia is brand new in color. And the other in color we're going to use today is Pale Papaya. And that was the one on the inside of the card. So just so you'll know, there are other in colors. Polished Pink will be available to you. Soft Succulent. And Evening Evergreen. So these two look really nicely together, and I did make a few samples ahead of time for you to see that. This is the Soft Succulent, and the outline is done with the Evergreen. So that's very cool. And of course, this is the Fresh Freesia and the Gorgeous Grape. And this is the one we're going to use on the inside of our card, the Pale Papaya and the Black Memento. And then the other in color is the Polished Pink. And so that one I cut out. This was my template that I used, and because this doesn't cut it exactly, it leaves a border, it was easier for me to cut it out if I picked the largest petal on this flower, and I used my Sharpie to mark that. Then I found my largest petal on my stamped image, and that's where I kind of line that die up. And as you can see, it just snaps right in there, and then you have a perfect flower every time. So whatever's easiest for you, but I chose the largest petal for me. Okay, so let's get started with our little basic cards. So we're going to use the Stamparatus, and if you've never used the Stamparatus before, you're going to really love this, especially if you're a new beginner and you a beginner stamper and you want to get your images nice and dark. And so what I did was I just took some white cardstock and I put it in. I positioned these ahead of time so that they would match up, the solid piece and the outline piece. So you want to do that on some scrap paper. You want to play around with it before you position it and get ready to go. Once you have that done, you are ready for a production line and you can create as much as you want. So for today, we're just going to go ahead and grab the new in color, the Fresh Freesia, and I'm going to ink that up on the solid and then stamp that right down. And if you want it darker, you just put another more ink on and sauce it up again and do it right in the same position. That's what is so great about the Stamparatus. Now this is the darker, so this is the Gorgeous Grape. And again, I pre-positioned these ahead of time so that they would line up. So I'm just going to do that again. And as you can see, it goes exactly where it was the first time. So all you have to do is just make sure that your paper's up in the corner. You can use your magnets to position everything. And then you simply flip over your card. And you might want to, you want to grab something to clean off your stamped images so that you don't get your darker colors into your lighter. I'm just using a wipe. So you just want to ink that papaya down. And then just want to grab the black You want to flip this out, turn it around, and there you have it. And if it's not dark enough, again, just reposition as many times as you want to make it darker and darker until you get the dark image that you want. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside, but what I did for these is I stamped them first, and then I cut them down to be 1 7/8 by 1 7/8 and put them on a piece of black cardstock that measures 2 by 2. Okay, so here's my card. I'm going to use my magnets to keep it straight. Then I'm going to bring in my second plate that I already have the greetings. Okay, and so I'm going to stick it in here. I'm going to grab the black ink. Yeah, there you go. Make sure your magnet's not in the way. And then stamp it down. And you can do it again so that you get a darker image. You can do it as many times as you want. And then I'm just going to fold it back for the inside of the card. Again, I'm going to make sure it's up in the corner. Position it with my magnets. Flip this around. Come in with your greeting, the black Memento. And again, you can do it as many times as you want to get it as dark as you want. Okay, so that's the inside, and that is all we need to do for our Stampin' Positioner. So I'm just going to move that aside. Bring our card back in. We already have the greeting position. So then for your little pieces, this one was Pool Party. And Bermuda Bay. And then I did the fresh Freesia and the gorgeous Grape. And again, this is a 2 by 2 black. And I cut these down to be 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. And then you just want to position them right there on your card. You can have the Freesia one at the top. You can switch it around however you want. You can put a little snail adhesive or Stampin' Seal or liquid glue, whatever adhesive you prefer. Just position them down, and then on the inside we're just going to stamp those. I stamped a little splatter, and I just stamped it a couple times right on the inside. And then you just bring in your flower that you cut out with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with the die that comes with the bundle. Stick it straight down, and you have a very quick and easy card that was made with the Stampin' Positioner and the Color and Contour bundle. The bundle also includes these scallop dies that we did not use today, but there are quite a few of these, and I wanted to show them to you because they're so beautiful. They layer so nicely right on top of each other, or you can layer them individually. This one has some slits that makes it so fun, and this is a very cute polka dot, Swiss polka dot one. Then there was a very skinny one, if you'll notice in this skinny one, and you could put it at the end of your card and make kind of a little scallop border. It could go this way or this way. And this larger one cuts out the big flower from the set. We did not use the big flower today. And then, of course, the little die that we did use today. So again, this bundle will be available on May 4th. So if you have any questions or if you would like to order that set, just hop on over to my blog at blessedbycards.com and you can fill out a contact page there. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. And so that's all I have for you today for this Make It Monday, that quick and easy card. So until next time, be blessed.